What if your biggest challenges are actually gateways to clarity, peace, and inner freedom? This post explores how the miracle principles of A Course in Miracles can transform ordinary problems into extraordinary opportunities for healing. Learn how a simple shift in perception can dissolve stress, reframe fear, and open your life to guidance, strength, and joy. You're listening to ACIM Reflections. I'm Barry Chafee. I'll be your host. As the years passed by, and there have been many, I was getting to the point of just being tired of feeling overwhelmed by everyday problems and general world weariness. It seems too simple after exhausting my search for external remedies to my existential dread. I'm referring to external remedies that we all pursue, such as careers or materialism, relationships or sensory pleasures, travel, mood-altering substances, etc., etc. But what I was searching for isn't out there at all, but just a gentle shift within. A Course in Miracles offers a radically practical way of approaching life's challenges. It teaches us that a miracle isn't a supernatural event, but a shift in perception, a moment when fear loosens its grip and love takes the lead. When this happens, ordinary moments become extraordinary opportunities for healing, clarity, and peace. The Course begins with a bold statement: there is no order of difficulty among miracles. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Every challenge, whether it's a strained conversation or a life-shaking crisis, can be healed through the same shift of mind. This isn't wishful thinking. It's a framework that redefines how we experience every problem we face. Most of us think of problems as external obstacles: traffic, finances, illness, family tension, work stress. But the Course tells us that the experience of a problem is created not by the event itself, but by the lens through which we view it. In Chapter 1, Miracle Principle 26 reads, "A miracle rearranges the order of perception and places the levels in their true perspective. This heals at all levels." A miracle doesn't fix the external world first. It corrects the interpretation that made the world seem threatening. Once perception shifts, solutions emerge where confusion once stood. To Course students who debate whether a miracle is an expression of love or a shift in perception, they are both right. When students externalize miracles as good deeds, Jesus pushes them inward. When students internalize miracles as private epiphanies, Jesus pushes them outward. The Course always corrects the imbalance you currently bring to it. Perception is a choice. This is one of the Course's most liberating teachings. We are not trapped by circumstances. We are freed by the ability to choose a different lens. When I began practicing the workbook daily, I started noticing how often I had been living from a subtle victim posture, feeling acted upon, mistreated, misunderstood. The Course exposed how much of my suffering came from my own projection of grievances and resentments. Then came this transformative lesson in the Course workbook: I am not the victim of the world I see. This wasn't denial, it was release, a quiet invitation to reclaim authorship of my inner experience. As I applied it to the world I see without and within, I began to experience moments of freedom. Nothing earth-shattering, just a sweet inner shift. Here are some practical applications where everyday scenarios are transformed. These ideas aren't meant to stay on the page. They're meant to reshape the next 5 minutes of your life. 1. Forgiveness in everyday life. Someone cuts you off in traffic. A colleague takes credit for your work. A family member pushes your buttons again. Instead of reacting from old wounds, the Course invites us to pause, breathe, and see innocence instead of attack. Forgiveness becomes the release of our own fear, not an act done for another, but an act done for our own awakening. 2. Moving beyond fear, financial concerns, medical uncertainty, the unknown future. The Course teaches that fear is always based on a misperception, an investment in what isn't real. When we remember that only love is real, anxiety loses its authority. Peace doesn't come from resolving the situation, but from choosing a different teacher to interpret it. 3. Shifting judgment. Family dynamics, social interactions, and misunderstandings can feel heavy. Judgment weighs down the mind that carries it, not the person being judged. When you look past another's flaw and see the light within them, even for a moment, you experience the miracle. So, here's your miracle action plan. You don't need hours of meditation or mountains of discipline. What you need is one small willingness repeated daily. 1, the 5-minute daily check-ins. Sit quietly and ask, where am I choosing fear? Where could I choose peace instead? What miracle am I resisting? Work through the Course workbook one day at a time. It's a 365-day immersion in miracle mindedness, your spiritual fitness plan for the year. 2. Identify your challenge trigger points. Is it mornings, meetings, money, or certain relationships? Once you know where fear sneaks in, you can pre-plan your miracle response. 3. Memorize this powerful affirmation for instant peace from Lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. This is not positive thinking, it's a doorway back to truth. When things feel chaotic, this statement reminds you that perception is a choice and peace is always available. Other soul-stabilizing Course affirmations include, this holy instant would I give to you. My mind is part of God's. I am entitled to miracles. I am not a body. I am free. God's will for me is perfect happiness. And of course, the Course's foundation. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. So it's all about embracing a miraculous life. When you practice miracle-mindedness, life doesn't necessarily remove challenges. It transforms the meaning of them. Over time, you begin to notice. You react with more patience. You forgive more quickly. You judge less often. You experience peace more consistently. You feel guided rather than burdened. This is the long-term miracle. A life lived from joy instead of fear, from trust instead of tension. Here's my invitation to you. If these ideas resonate, I invite you to continue your journey with us. You don't have to walk the miracle path alone. Join our Course study group, connect with fellow miracle makers, share your breakthroughs, and support one another in choosing peace. One moment, one breath, one miracle at a time. You are entitled to miracles. Let's practice receiving them together. Peace to your day. Until next time, bye for now.